Mortgage company screws up, creates the biggest headache in the world for my client. I'm Steve Kramer of the Kramer Law Firm. I'm a Florida foreclosure attorney. And let me tell you about the story. My client was moving out of state to Florida, and they contacted a mortgage company. And they arranged everything to make the deal happen. They filled out all the paperwork, signed all the documents, did the closing to purchase the house down here, and then they moved down here. Well, after they moved down, they get a call from the mortgage company, and actually they get a couple letters too, basically saying, look, you signed a note and mortgage, and remember the mortgage is kind of the security lien on the house. That's the thing that protects the note, which is the promise to pay. So basically the mortgage company calls my client and says, look, we did the wrong note. We're going to go ahead and send you down another note. We want you to sign that and then send it back to us. So they send the note back down to my client. My client signs everything, does exactly what they say, sends them the note back, and my client is a little nervous here because the reality is that when you sign two notes, what does that mean? Well, it means that you promise to pay 2 times. So if you have $500,000 on one, all of a sudden you now owe $1 million on 2 if you sign 2 of them, right? So he asks about it. They say, oh, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. All right, well, he never gets the original note that he signed back, right? So there's 2 notes floating out there. A couple years go by, and he comes across some hard economic times, and things are kind of getting tough, and he stops making payments on the mortgage. Well, part of what inspires him to do that is he starts to find out other issues that are going on here. One is the lender's not licensed to lend in Florida. They're not authorized to do that. They're not a licensed lender. He starts to find other problems in the documents, problems in the numbers, misrepresentations, all kinds of problems. And there's this 2 notes floating around thing. So he defaults on the mortgage in order to take a position and defends his case. Well, the thing is, when we see this client, we see the wife, and the wife hasn't been represented and she hasn't been defended, and it's been a couple of years and she was defaulted. And remember, default is when you get served with a lawsuit, you've got a set amount of time to respond, and if you don't do it in that time, you automatically lose. And that's basically what happened with her. She automatically lost. So we came in for the wife, and we came in and we actually filed a motion to vacate the default, so to take her from having lost to back in the fight. And this was a tough one because it's been a little bit, but we did it. It was a hard hearing, but we won it. That basically started her from the beginning. So we could raise all these issues of the 2 notes and the lender licensing and all that stuff. And that case has been pending since 2003. But that's an example of how sometimes the lender can create this mess. Why am I telling you this? Because you may have had an experience like this, or maybe it was like this and you don't even know about it because you haven't looked back through the documents yet. You've never checked to see if your lender was licensed. You've never checked for fraud. You've never had your documents audited. I deal with this every day, and if you have questions, you can call me. I'd be glad to talk with you. Call me at the number below, and we'll talk. Also, if you're watching this video on YouTube or Facebook, click the like button. Do it. This way your friends and family can benefit from the information that I'm sharing with you. Thanks for watching. I'm Steve Kramer, the Kramer Law Firm.